Picture this. At no point in human history have we ever experienced a technological shift as fast as the one happening right now. Seriously, think about it. The Industrial Revolution didn't scare people this much. The introduction of electricity wasn't this controversial. Even the early days of the internet, with all its unknowns, didn't create this level of global anxiety. But today, the entire world is shaken by one massive question. Will artificial intelligence make us all unemployed? This isn't just a tech question. This is a turning point that will shape the world's economy, the future of work, and the very way we live our lives. So today, let us break down the real story behind this huge question and figure out what it means for you and me. First, let's look at why artificial intelligence is rising so incredibly fast. It feels like just yesterday AI was a sci-fi concept, but now it's everywhere. Here's a crazy stat. Over the last 10 years, AI has advanced as much as all of human technology did in an entire century. It's an exponential curve, and we are on the vertical part of that graph. Today, modern AI can do things that were once considered uniquely human. It can write like a human. I mean, it can create articles, scripts, and emails that are almost indistinguishable from our own. It can speak like a human, cloning voices with stunning accuracy. It can design like a human, generating logos, websites, and even entire visual campaigns. And perhaps most frighteningly, it's beginning to think like a human, solving complex problems and making strategic recommendations. And here is the most important part from a business perspective. AI performs many human jobs faster, cheaper, and with fewer mistakes. Think about it from a company's point of view. Why pay a salary, benefits, and deal with human error when a machine can do the same task 24/7 for a fraction of the cost? That's exactly why companies are adopting AI at a record-breaking speed. They see it as the ultimate efficiency tool. So, let's get to the million-dollar question, or maybe the trillion-dollar question. Will we really lose our jobs? The short answer is both yes and no. The long answer is, of course, a lot more complex. According to a recent report from the World Economic Forum, the next 5 years will be a period of massive transition. They predict that AI will eliminate about 83 million jobs globally. That's a staggering number, and it's right to feel a little uneasy about it. But here's the other side of the coin. In that same 5-year period, they also predict that AI will help create 69 million new jobs. So we're looking at a net loss of 14 million jobs. But what's really happening is a massive reshuffling of the workforce. While some professions will disappear entirely, or at least shrink dramatically, entirely new roles and industries will emerge from the ashes. It's a classic case of creative destruction, but on a scale we've never seen before. So, which jobs are most at risk? Where is the AI axe going to fall the hardest? Generally, AI is coming for jobs that are repetitive, rule-based, or heavily data-driven. These are tasks that computers are naturally good at. Let's get specific. Think about banking operations. Tasks like processing transactions or checking compliance. Call center employees are another huge category. Why have a human answer the same 10 questions over and over when an AI chatbot can do it instantly? Data entry is practically already a job of the past. Accounting, especially the bookkeeping side, is being automated rapidly. Translation services are being replaced by incredibly powerful AI models. Even creative fields aren't safe. Basic design, like creating simple social media graphics, and some forms of copywriting, especially for marketing or product descriptions, are being taken over. And let's not forget all those mid-level office tasks, the glue that holds many corporations together. Millions of workers in these fields are vulnerable, and the transition for them is going to be tough. But it's not all doom and gloom. Which jobs are safe, at least for now? Where can we humans still outshine the machines? AI struggles in areas that require uniquely human traits. First, strategy and leadership. You can't program a machine to inspire a team or make a bold, intuitive leap of faith on a business decision. Second, empathy. Jobs that require a deep understanding of human emotion, like psychology and counseling, are very safe. An AI can simulate empathy, but it can't truly feel it. Third, high-level creativity and art, While AI can generate images, it can't create a masterpiece that comes from a lifetime of human experience and pain. We're talking about the artists, the musicians, the authors who push the boundaries of culture. Then there was skilled manual work. Think of electricians, plumbers, or specialized surgeons. These jobs require a combination of fine motor skills, problem solving in a physical environment, and adaptability that robots are still decades away from mastering. Teaching, especially when it involves human-oriented interaction and mentoring, is another safe zone. And finally, science, engineering, and research, the very fields that are building the next generation of AI. These require out-of-the-box thinking and a level of deep inquiry that machines just can't replicate. Here's a good rule of thumb. If many people find a job difficult to do, AI will also find it difficult to replace. So what does this all mean for the economy? What's the real economic impact of this massive shift? Right now, humanity is living through what can only be described as a digital industrial revolution. In the past, machines took over our muscle power. They replaced horses and human laborers on farms and in factories. Today, AI is taking over our brain power. It's automating cognitive tasks. This leads to three major economic consequences that we need to be very aware of. First, wages may fall, especially in the short term. AI represents an almost infinite supply of cheap labor for certain tasks. If companies can replace human workers with AI, the pressure on salaries for the remaining human workers in those fields increases dramatically. It's a simple case of supply and demand. Second, productivity will skyrocket. There's no doubt about this. AI allows work to be done faster and with fewer mistakes. This is fantastic for company profits and for economic growth overall, but the question is, who benefits from that productivity? The company owners or the workers? That's the big debate, and that leads to the third and most worrying consequence. The rich-poor gap may explode. Think about it. A handful of giant tech companies that control the most powerful AI models could end up dominating global power. Economic control could become more centralized than ever before. If we're not careful, we could end up in a world where a tiny fraction of the population owns the technology that runs everything, while the rest of us struggle to find our place. So, faced with this monumental challenge, what will humanity do? What's our next move? History actually shows us something very important here. Every major technological revolution, from the printing press to the steam engine, destroys jobs at first. But it always creates new ones later. We went from a world of agriculture to a world of industry. Then we went from industry to the internet age. And now we're moving from the internet age to the age of artificial intelligence. In every single one of those eras, humans did three things. They learned new skills, they adapted to new kinds of jobs, and they built entirely new industries that nobody could have imagined before. The same thing will happen now. We will adapt, we will learn, we will build. But this time, there is one crucial difference: the speed. The change is happening much, much faster than ever before. The Industrial Revolution unfolded over a century. The Internet Revolution took a few decades. The AI revolution is happening in a matter of years. We don't have the luxury of time that our ancestors had. We need to adapt, and we need to adapt now. So the real questions we should be asking aren't just about job losses. The real questions are these: will AI make us unemployed, or will it become the ultimate tool that makes our work more powerful and meaningful? Will millions of people lose their jobs permanently, or will they simply transition into new, more human-centric roles? And perhaps the biggest question of all, will this technology free humanity and create a new era of prosperity for everyone, or will it hand unprecedented economic and political power to 5 giant corporations? There is no final answer to these questions yet, because we are the ones who will decide that answer. The future isn't written in stone. It's being built right now by the choices we make today. What we choose to learn today will directly shape the job we have tomorrow. The future of work is in our hands. Thanks for watching. If this got you thinking, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you do not miss our next video where we'll dive even deeper into the skills you need to thrive in the age of AI. See you next time.